hour east down the coastline from Esperance to Cape Legrand National Park to Membinup.
Yep.
And I pronounced them all perfectly, well, hopefully. And we're literally cruising along the beaches here because there's about 3 or 4 different campsites. Some on the beach, some just back from the beach, and we're hoping that we kind of luck out, because you can't book any other sites here, and find somewhere to put the van.
And good to point out that all these beach camps are free.
Yeah,
Which is
free camps.
amazing. WA.
Do they have a day limit on them though?
A week.
A week,
To be a week.
yeah. So they're free, but you can only stay a week. So yeah, Membinup, see if we get a spot.
To the end of the track, just about to enter the beach, so you can stay around here. There's a couple of camps set up in the dunes, but we want to go down to the beach. What are you lowering the pressures down to, do you reckon?
I'm going to take all of these down to around 15, 20, probably 20, because it doesn't look too soft, but I just know from experience both these tires get clogged up if the sand's a little wet. It becomes like a sheet and just spins. And the van, it's got a bit of weight in it, so I learnt my lesson from getting bogged when we went to Warra Station. I'm going to drop those to about 15, 20 as well, and then hopefully we shouldn't have a problem. It's always fun doing this with 8 tyres and then pumping them all back up again.
First time taking the van on the beach.
This is the spot we want. It wasn't too soft when we came up. It felt kind of hard packed. But because we've just done a big U-turn, back on ourselves to line ourselves up, I feel like we're kind of digging now. So I might rock back and do this at a bit of speed, but we still need to get away at the end of the 3 days. So we'll see. The main thing I don't want to do is spin the wheels and dig down. So let's see if I can go backwards without any issues. Funny hopping back, see where my tires kind of like digging, jump, digging, jump, digging, jump, and you can see that it is actually quite soft here. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, this is much harder here.
And just here. So we had more of a run up, a bit more speed, and hadn't just turned around. Okay, so we've dug out the tires. We're going to avoid the soft sand. Where we felt earlier, where it was really hard packed, is a little bit ahead of me, and we literally just stopped before it. I think the wind has been blowing soft sand kind of into the eddy of where these dunes are, and that's exactly where we are now. So we've dropped the tire pressure down to 15 psi on the car and the van, or at least the 2 front tires of the van, and I've got it in low range, traction control off, you know, everything set up right. And I'm just going to try and get us either out and round and do a big loop and hit it again with some speed, or to where I want to be in the hard sand. But if I can get out, then I'll just do a big loop round and try and come up here at speed and not slow down till I can get the van up on a hill, and then I'll be pretty confident that to start I'm just going downhill to roll out. So see how we go. try and get down to the harder sand down near the water. And then power my way back up. I think that's it. Getting out will be another matter because I think I've left us on a hill, so hopefully motion, I'm not trying to pull this thing up a hill like I was before. And I think we're pretty much in the hard packed sand. I'll check with Sophie, see if we're good. But that's the fun of forward driving. You get to kind of get a little bit bogged, dig yourself out, reposition, hit it with a bit more speed. Too easy. Book, coffee, and that's on the TV. Very nice. Anywhere you'd rather be right now?
No,
No?
I can't think of anywhere.
At peace?
I'm really content today.
After setting up camp, we decided to explore the other end of the beach and do a bit of four-wheel driving to see just how far we could get along the coast. Spoiler alert, it isn't very far, and not for lack of trying either. However, this end of the beach was stunning and provided a nice break from the strong winds we had at camp.
Super sandy sand drift, so I'm going to try and reverse down this path here and see if there's an alternative route, or just try and hit it at a lot more speed. But it is super soft. I don't know if you can see from my tires there, they just dug straight in, so that may stop us.
You are now in the presence of
and when you're just over, like almost at the top, and it's got to pull the back end up, and because this is also just really soft and you've got a good bit, there's not like it's like a crest and then down because you'd be sweet, but there's a good flat bit at the top, so it's hard to keep any momentum on the top for you to get over because you're going as slow as you possibly can, and that's when this thing just digs down. So I don't know, I might be able to put the max tracks in and just see if we can just use them to really gently creep over, but I don't know if we're going to get around to the next beach. It's good fun though, just got to be careful of fuel.
King.
This one's completely buried. I can only just make out like one tip of a... Oh well, they were good. They did definitely help.
Defeated?
I think so. That's good fun trying to get up it, but I think you could get up it with a bunch of max tracks and big run up. But if you got bogged on the top of it or somewhere else where you can't roll back down, just with one car, not worth it.
Well, that was fun.
It's good fun though.
Yeah.
Good to do. I love a bit of forward driving. I'd rather be with a group to do it though, because then you can kind of really run at things and you don't really care if you get seriously bogged because you get someone to winch you out. So let's head back down, jump in.
Back at camp and feeling determined after our failed 4x4 adventure, I decided I would do something I've been wanting to do for a while and build a sand lounge so we had the best seat on the beach for a couple of sundowners and for what will hopefully be an epic sunset.
Sat here looking at the view. I can't believe that this is completely free. Western Australia, you are the bomb. Some people would pay $50, $60 to stay in a caravan park, be wedged in next to each other. And then I suppose then you have power and water and what have you. But in this part of the beach, we can't see anyone. The caravanners are way up there. We can't see them. So from any window, we pretty much just get ocean view and nothing else. Fingers crossed it's going to be one of many because we've got a few cool places planned for the northern side of Western Australia. How are you going?
Whew. It's looking pretty good. I don't know how much deeper I'm going to dig it.
It looks really cool.
You get your table. If this was for many people, this would be a circle, but seeing it's just us two, I think that's enough backspace. You can sit all along here, and then I'll compress all that, pat that down, and that'll be a backrest. I'm trying to get it so it's just sort of like high enough to kind of block the wind, which it will be. And then the all important thing is I'll have to push all this sand back in before we go, so no four-wheel driver gets stuck in it or doesn't see it, just thinks it's a bump and drives over and just cranks the tire down into here. So don't let me forget that.
Perfect. And that's a table and a footrest.
Table and a footrest. Well, you kind of sit here and you can put your feet up there if you want, if they're long enough. Or you can rest things on there.
You get the choice of 2 beers in this restaurant.
Oh, which one do you want? I might go the Byron to start.
All right. Good choice.
Just looks so nice and refreshing.
I know, I just opened it for you too. What are we cooking?
So, sitting on the beach, cooking fish, and we're building this meal kind of around that sand fire we pickled a little while ago. And we're gonna make crispy skin salmon. We're gonna marinate it in some soy, chili, ginger, a little bit of raw brown sugar. And then we can sit in our beautiful semicircular couch with a beer, lovely piece of salmon, bit of sand fire, watch the sunset. This is why we come camping. This is why we come to beaches like this. I can't think of anything better. I'm in my element and I'm very, very happy. Marinade is made. Ended up putting ginger, sugar, black pepper, a little bit of salt, sesame seed oil, a little bit of sushi ginger, chili, and apple cider vinegar and soy sauce. I'm gonna get my salmon in there, marinating. Now you could make it a lot stickier and use a lot more sugar, which a lot of marinades would have a lot of sugar in, but I just wanted 2 little teaspoons because I hate putting loads of sugar in stuff. Let me know if I'm sounding like a chef yet. I'm trying not to sound like a cooking show, and it's just impossible to describe cooking and not sound like a cooking show. So apologies if this all sounds very serious, but kind of want to just show what we're making. This all kind of started around the fact we wanted to have an awesome meal watching the sun go down, but also we wanted to make a meal with a sand fire. So this has kind of ballooned into a whole thing, but
just roll with it, guys.
Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Cooking with Duncan. It's usually cooking with Sophie, but cooking with Duncan.
What is is next?
Potato salad, the new potatoes that you did before. So they've been boiled and thrown about a bit, looking good. And I'm going to chuck some hummus, some pickled ginger, some hot English, cracked black pepper, a little bit of salt in with that. Give it a mix around, and then I'm going to add my broccoli, which is almost perfectly charred, into that. Then get my salmon on, then chuck some sandfire through this. How's the TV show, Soph?
Oh, beautiful. Got on BBC documentary with David Attenborough.
Bit of Nat Geo.
Yeah.
You can hear dinner being cooked behind you.
Yeah, it's great and it smells good.
And you got front row seats to the sunset, baby.
Good.
Look at that sunset though. Okay, I better get back to cooking dinner. You just take a load off. Enjoy.
Wow, this is great. This is like woman's night off. Ladies' night. Woohoo!
You and all your friends.
Yeah, party for one.
Ew. So what's the verdict on the seat?
It's a good job I've got long legs because I can only just reach the footrest.
So salmon's on, potato salad is done. Sun is just going down over the horizon. And I just want to get this all cooked and this sauce sort of caramelly. And then sandfire, and we're ready to serve.
And I'm loving this beach because what I've realized is we get the sunset over there and then we very nearly get the sunrise over there. And that's kind of the beauty I'm finding of this part of Western Australia, is because it pretty much faces south instead of west, you get a bit of both. Whereas on a lot of beaches, you obviously get west. So big thumbs up for me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Join us in the next video when we successfully beach hop west through Cape Le Grand National Park, cruising along some epic four-wheel drive tracks to check out the kangaroos chilling on the beach at Lucky Bay, and go four-wheel driving over some monstrous sand dunes at Wiley Bay. In the meantime, remember, life is too short, and if you're thinking about going on a crazy adventure, remember, if not now, then when? Catch ya.